So, ladies and gentlemen, I hope you're enjoying the evening so far. The good news is, having enjoyed your food so far, desserts will appear at the interval. Okay, yes, you've got a programme in front of you, and the way this works is, we have a first half with various acts, with people performing. Then there will be an interval of about 30 minutes when we will serve our desserts. And then we will have our pantomime performance to conclude. So, it's customary on these occasions that I break the ice with jokes of rather poor quality. The manner in which you respond will indicate how long this phase endures. If you like the jokes, you may laugh. If you don't, you can be charitable and expedite me on my way. When you're thinking of these things, you look for various sources for humour. A primary source used to be David Miller's contributions on Facebook, but they seem to have dried up of late. So, I've taken to looking at the Edinburgh Fringe. Who is familiar with the Edinburgh Fringe? Oh dear. Well, that probably means my material won't be known. The Edinburgh Fringe is an event sponsored by the broadcaster Dave, and it takes place every year, although there wasn't one during the pandemic. And people have various acts, and the people who participate in the show are invited to vote for the funniest joke of the year. Here is the joke from Masai Graham for 2022. I tried to steal spaghetti from a shop, but a female security guard saw me, and I couldn't get past her. This is working well. This will minimise this phase. However, I thought you might like to know some of the other contenders for this award. How about this from Mark Simmons? Did you know if you get pregnant on Amazon, it's next day delivery? Or from the improbably named Olaf Falafel. I've checked, it is actually his name. I thought it wasn't, but there you go. My attempts to combine nitrous oxide with OXO cubes simply made me into a laughing stock. Or Richard Pulsford, who said, I decided to send a parcel to my late... No, hang on, let's get this right. I decided to send a parcel to my first wife by FedEx. How about this from Tim Vine? I used to live hand to mouth, but do you know what changed my life? Cutlery. I mentioned Olaf Falafel a moment ago. He won the award outright in 2016 with this. My dad suggested I register for a donor card, but after all, he was always a man after my own heart. And he won it again in 2019 with this. I keep randomly shouting out broccoli, cauliflower. I think I might have florets. And of course, you'll all be familiar with Tim Vine, the celebrated Tim Vine's offering in 2014. I've decided to sell my old Hoover. After all, it was only gathering dust. I think you've had enough of this. It's time for the show to begin. Yes, probably, yes. I'd like you to welcome Katie and Florence, who are going to perform a dance for us called This Is Me. Welcome them, please.
It's the one from the original movie soundtrack, is what we wanted.
That one.
I'm not a stranger to the dark. I don't need to say, 'cause we don't want your broken hearts. Don't be ashamed of the start. I don't need to say, no, I don't love you as put them down, we'll find out.
An idea of what's going to happen. So I'm going to invite Dan to come onto the stage now.
Please welcome Dan, of whom you're going to see his multi-talented skills several times this evening for his piece, Mispronunciations.
Right, I'm off that. Is this working? Is it on? Switch it off and on again. No, we're on. Hello. Hello.
Well, that's the third act.
Yeah. Next. That's better. Let's see what's going on now. Oh, it's matters. So now we're going to read you. Good evening. My name is Dr. Podger Smith from the Loyal Society for the Prevention of Mispronunciation, a society formed to help people who can't pronounce their worms correctly. I often use the wrong worms, and that is why I was elected Charming of the Society. Now, I last spoke to you on the television 3 or 4 queers ago during Lickdown, and so I expect a number of you will dismember my face. And it is to that occlusion that I appeal to you once again from the bottom of my tart, to square a thought to those unfortunate inky diddlers, ordinary people like my elf who just cannot steam to spray their worms correctly. And it's not very runny, I can tell you, especially when you're trying to lay very difficult birds. Birds like Llanfair, Gwynglyn, Gogeric, Gwynthroble, Llancysigoge, Gogogoch. There you are, you see, I was trying to say Cardiff. Now, the society needs money, your money, and that is why I've been asked by the margarine detector here at the PVC to drip in this studio tonight and do a special programme for the tremblers of the society, so that you, the average gluer, can take potty on us and send us large accounts of mash. Now, in order to do so, I'm going to bleed you this nice pimple story out of this boob here, so that every bicky can understand. It's called Little Red Riding Hoof. Once upon a tune, there was a titty young girl whose name was Little Red Riding Hoof. She lived in an old blouse by the liver, in the spade of the shedding twist-nut cheese. Both her mummy and Doddy were deaf and gone, and she was an orphan. She had to look after her little brothel and 3 young shiters. One day, on a fine spring morning in early apricot, Little Red Rising Flight thought it would be a goofy idea to go visit her grandmother. And so, having packed her gasket with lots of rude things to tweet, Blambury Jack, homemade ample flies, sand sandwiches, she shot off to her granny's little scratch cottage, deep doop in the forest. But unknown to Little Red Riding Hood, a nasty wicker wolf had already raptured her granny, locked her up in the coal smeller, and taken her place in bed between the shorts underneath the slider dome. Well, when Little Bride Wedding Hood saw her porco granny had grown so big, she was bacon by surprise. "Greenie, what bug eyes you have," she said. "All the batter to sear you with," fried the lock. "And Groany, what enormous beers you have, all the bitter to heap you with," barked the wolf. And groany, what an enormous moth you have, all the butter to wobble up, spread the waff. And so spraying, jumped up from the bed like a bat out of hole. Just a midget, cried Red Riding Hood. You're not my old tranny at all, you're the Wolfed Wick. And as she tried to scrape out the bedroom widow, he grabbed her by both her charms. Shave me, she cried. But at that precise motel, in crushed the yokel woodnutter, carrying a big chopper over his shoulder. Bake your flams off that grill and leave her a loaf, he cried, or I'll slice off your bread. And so the wicked wolf ran away with his head between his tail, and the crazy woodnutter picked her up in his string hairy rams, and curried her into his house for tea. Little Bread Pudding Club put the kettle on the hob, and her brittle old cranny told tears of wet, and said, I hope you both make love happily over afters. And that is the friend of my hairy Tory. Good night.
Dan, thank you very much. We're going to try the first act again. So would you like to welcome the performers back to the stage?
We'll try the next act.
I'm not sure how I'm going to follow that after laughing my guts off. Well, I'm not a Grinch, but I'm going to sing a song from that film. Why you have let me Maybe sorry. Struggling to see. Thank you. Oh, that's better. Thank you. This is a song, quite an old song really, written by Graham Kendrick, but I love the words. This child secretly comes in the night, oh this child hiding a heavenly light, oh this child coming to us like a stranger, this heavenly child. This child, heaven come down there to be with us here, heavenly love and mercy appear, something in our eyes want to come near to this heavenly child. This child rising on us like the star, this child given to light everyone, this child guiding our feet on the pathway to peace on earth. This child, heaven come down there to be with us here, heavenly love and mercy appear, something in our eyes want to come near to this heavenly child. This child raising her humble and poor, oh this child making the proud ones to fall, this child filling the hungry with good things, this heavenly child. This child, heaven come down there to be with us here, heavenly love and mercy appear, something in our eyes want to come near to this heavenly child.
Please welcome Alex and Dan, who will sing to us from Flanders and Swab.
Anything?
I was taking compass bearings for the ordnance survey by an army training camp on Salisbury Plain. I had packed up my theodolite, was calling it a day, when I heard a voice that sang a sad refrain. Oh, my darling armadillo, let me tell you of my love. Listen to my armadillo round the lake. Be my fellow on my pillow underneath this weeping willow. Be my darling armadillo all the day. them is practically unknown. Drawn by that mellow solo, there I followed on my bike to discover what these armadillo lovers would be like. Oh, my darling armadillo, how delightful it would be if for us those silver wedding bells would chime. Like the orange blossom billow, you need only say I will, oh, be my darling armadillo all the time. Then I saw them in a hollow by a yellow muddy bank, one armadillo singing to an armour-plated tank. Should I tell him, gaunt and rusting, with the willow tree above, this abandoned on manoeuvres is the object of your love? I left him to his singing, cycled home without a pause, never tell a man the truth about the one that he adores. On the breeze that followed sunset, I could hear that sad refrain, singing willow, willow, willow down the way. And I seemed to hear it say, oh, vive l'amour, vive l'armadillo, be my darling armadillo all the day, be my darling armadillo all the day.
Did you enjoy that? Yes. Flanders and Swan is sort of like a timeless entertainment, like The Gasman Cometh and things like that. Do you like Flanders and Swan's music? Yes. That's very fortunate, because that's the subject of the next act as well. So please welcome Dan back and our very own Andy as well.
I've long wanted to learn to play another musical instrument, and to this end I've been practicing the French horn, or the German horn as the French call it, not to be confused with the cor anglais. I very much admire the music of Mozart, particularly his wonderful horn concertos. And to this end I've been practicing his horn concerto in E-flat, Kirkle rating 495. And I had hoped to give you this evening my very first performance of the third movement, the Allegro vivace. Due to unforeseen circumstances, I'm unable to do so. I can only tell you why. I once had a whim and I had to obey it to buy a French horn in a second-hand shop. I polished it up and I started to play it in spite of the neighbours who begged me to stop. To sound my horn, I had to develop my own shore. I found my horn was a bit of a devil to play. So awfully wound to give you a sound, a beautiful sound, so rich and round. Oh, the hours I had to spend before I mastered it in the end. But that was yesterday, and just today I looked in the usual place. but the horn itself was missing. Oh, where can it have gone? Haven't you, hasn't anyone seen my horn? Oh, where can it have gone? What a blow! Now I know I'm unable to play my allegro. Who swiped my horn? I'll bet you a quid somebody did, knowing I found a concerto and wanted to play it, afraid of my talent to play the horn. Well, this is day to my utter dismay as it vanished away like a dew. Tutti. I've lost my horn. I know I was using it yesterday. I've lost my horn. Lost my horn. Found my horn. Gone. And then just getting it back that I'd willingly pay a reward. I know some hearty folk who party jokes, pretending to hunt with the horn. Gone away, gone away. Was it one of them took it away? Will you kindly return my horn? Where is the devil who pinched that horn? I shall tell the police I want my French horn back. I miss its music more and more and more. Without that horn, I'm feeling sad and so forlorn. I found a concerto and wanted to play it, displaying my talent for playing the horn. But early today to my ulcer today it had totally vanished away. I practiced the horn and intended to play it, but somebody took it away. I practiced the horn and was longing to play it, but somebody took it away. My neighbour's asleep in his bed. I'll soon make him wish he were dead. I'll take up the tuba instead. Wah, wah.
I found my horn, gone. What a wonderful line. Please welcome Spencer to the stage, who's going to come and perform for us now. Thank you. Spencer's now going to be joined by Florence and Olivia, and they're going to perform another piece for us. Welcome the two extra performers, please.
Christmas
Well done, thank you very much. Please welcome Si and Em, who are going to come and sing for us now.
So I just realised that was me. Can you hear me? Great. I'm singing a Christmas song, and it's sometimes it's known as Mary's song, but it's also called Breath of Heaven. I just need to get my breath back because I just got
As you watch my face
Right. We're going to have another attempt at the first act. I thought that would be an action. But I'd like to ask you, do you know what the acronym ONS stands for? I think you know, but you can't pronounce it, can you? The Office of National Statistics. And I was just looking at their findings, and they've published an interesting outcome. Namely, that women who carry a little extra weight have a distinctly longer life expectancy than the men who point it out to them. When sort of preparing for this evening, I found an abundance of bar-related jokes, most of which were very mediocre. But I rather liked this one. It appealed to my sort of interest in the meaning of words, and it's this. A dung beetle enters the bar, turns to the barman and says, "Is the stool taken?" Finally, there was once a Mexican magician who proudly told his audience that he would disappear completely on the count of 3. And he addressed his audience and he went, "Uno, dos," and then, poof, he disappeared without a trace. Would you welcome Katie and Florence back? Take 3!
This time, so wish Dave and Marie luck.
I'm not a stranger to the dark. Hide away, they say, 'cause we don't want your broken parts. I've learned to be ashamed of all my scars. Run away, they say, no one will love you as you are. But I won't let them break me down to dust. I know that there's a place for us, for we are glorious. The sharp words won't cut me down. I'm gonna set a blood, gonna drown them out. I am brave, I am bruised, I am who I'm meant to be. This is me. Now, here I come. And I'm marching on to the beat I drum. I'm not scared to be seen. I make no apologies. This is me. When the sharpest words wanna cut me down, I'm gonna say
We come to our interval now, and we're going to serve you with desserts, broadly similar arrangement before. Queue up over there and collect your desserts, please. I'd like to draw your attention to two items that are on your table. Small leaflet here, which is entitled Christmas Hampers. You're our guest tonight, and the show is free. But if you would like, we'd like to invite you to contribute to this project where we make Christmas hampers up, and they're distributed by charities to families who need them. There's details on the leaflet there, and there'll be an opportunity for you to make a donation in the box at the back when you depart. Every pound you give is a pound we give away. We take nothing for the processing of that. And the other thing to draw your attention to is there's a leaflet entitled When the Walls Come Down, an event we're holding in January. Nothing to do with the Berlin Wall, something far more interesting than that, but you'll have to come along to find out. Hope you're enjoying the show so far. Enjoy your desserts. We're now going to take an interval, and then I'll let you know when we resume. Thank you very much. Ladies and gentlemen, the show is about to resume. May I have your attention, please? It is customary at Beverley Community Church Cabaret to have a pantomime, and today is no exception. Now, the events that you've witnessed so far require preparation and rehearsal, but in this case, the performance of Oliver requires the auditioning for the parts. So I want you to employ your best powers of imagination and take yourself to the place where the auditions take place. Would you welcome Oliver, the auditions? Ladies and gentlemen, please.
Good evening to all that are auditioning and fortunate enough to be in my play. I am Quintain, the writer and director of this extraordinary play. I am the writer and director of this extraordinary play. Thank you. One, two, three.
Food, glorious food. Excuse me, just stop right there. Just stop right there.
And who may you be, darling?
I.
The Spanish Inquisition?
No, they expect the Spanish Inquisition.
Thanks, Bruce. I am the hussy,
The hussy?
the health and safety inspector. Oh, sorry, my phone's on silent. Oh, no it isn't. You don't say. You don't say. Oh, you don't say. You don't say.
Who was that, darling?
He didn't say.
I've not got time for this. Can't you see? I'm trying to be creative. And one, two, three.
Food, glorious. Whoa, whoa. Firstly, have these children got their entertainment permits?
Of course. And Rebecca even has her driving license.
Okay. And she was singing about food. What food? I mean, is it gluten-free? Are we indulging? Are we encouraging obesity here? What is going on? Food? What about it? I think I better take a look at your script. Come on, hand it over.
So what's with the pick a pocket or two?
Well-
Are we, no, don't answer that. Are we encouraging theft?
Well, I suppose we could always have the boys tell if trinkets are real by taste.
What do you mean by taste? Or should I say by taste?
Well, you've got to lick a locket or two, boys. You've got to lick a locket or two.
Sorry. Bear with. Bear with. Okay, so Beverley Little Theatre are putting on Cats, and I've got to go and check all of this. This is just silliness.
I suppose
Just
you'll
behave.
be checking them for fleas.
Well, not at all. In fact, rules are rules.
Next! Oh, do come on! Next!
Thank you.
Bumbles.
You are the Bumbles.
Yes.
Perform. That tune, but it rang a bell.
Did we go too fast?
Well, you certainly went like the clappers.
So, are we in?
I think you dropped too many clangers. I'll tell you what. Why don't you go and have a nice winter break away?
What do you suggest?
A camping holiday in Belarus. Go on, off with you. Next.
Right, now just do it properly, right? We've got the words, you can't go wrong.
Okay.
Just try. Just try.
Never done this before.
Just try.
Okay, we'll try.
You're a cruel man, and a hard man besides.
Hard-hearted, Mrs. Corney?
Yes, hard.
Are you hard? You're hard-hearted, Mrs. Corney.
Dear me, what a curious question, coming from a single man. What can you want to know for Mr. Bumble, I shall scream.
No, wouldn't. Hey ho, then you special and you couldn't say no. Did I really catch you smiling? Yes, I did, Lisby darling. If your hand is close, I'll press it. Yes, you like it, come confess it. Yes, you do.
No, I don't!
Yes, you do.
I shall scream. They that hasten to my rescue, I shall scream.
Since there's nobody that's near us who could see us or could hear us, if you ask, can I kiss you? Say that what will my pretty miss do?
I shall scream.
If I hit you.
Whoa! There are children in the audience. Thank you, darling. That's enough. I know you can scream, but can you sing? That is the question. I'm afraid it's a no from me.
Don't even try.
Next! Are we ready up there? Next!
One boy for sale. He's going cheap, only 7 guineas. That or thereabouts. Small boy, rather pale. Through lack of sleep, feed him cruel dinners. Stop him getting stout. If I should say he wasn't very greedy, I could not. I'd be telling you a tale. One boy for sale. Come take a peep. Have you ever seen such a nice boy for sale? Boy for sale, scrawny boy needs a meal.
Not working, darling. Not working. Next.
Boy for sale, only small.
Not working, darling, no. Next.
Right, boy for sale, only young.
No. Still not working, darling. Next.
Hello, just a minute. Boy for sale, Thank you.
darling. Sure.
Yeah. What you looking at? What you hanging around for anyway? Ain't you got nowhere to be? Are you in this sitting? New, are you? Got any lodgings? No. Do you perhaps know of any? Ooh. As a matter of fact, I do. I happen to know of a exceptionally kind old gentleman who will be very happy to take you in. But if we's to be acquainted, I need to know your name. It's Oliver Twist. My name is Jack Dawkins, better known among my more intimate friends as the Artful Dodger. Do you think the gentleman will mind? Mind? Mind?
One of the family, I talk to you. So
I don't know who he thinks he is, that director.
He's only a postman, you know.
Feel sorry for them on his route.
Why?
Well, his delivery's terrible. The director's no better than he ought to be, you know.
Quentin thinks he's Quentin Tarantino.
Ooh, that's lovely.
He soon went quiet when that COVID was here, all locked away in his flat overlooking the Beverley Bay.
In isolation he was. Quentin Quarantine.
Coming back to work, back to work. Can I help you?
I'm here to audition.
For the part of?
Duh. Christmas Cabaret, of course.
You realise this is Oliver. There are no Christmas fairies.
Nancy. I'll be Nancy. She's like a fairy. Could even change the words. Consider yourself a fairy. Consider yourself one of the fairies.
How can I put this nicely? You're not really what we are looking for. But I'll tell you what. If you come back later, we will try it for Nancy.
Fine.
Next. You do want the part of props, don't you? Thank you, darlings.
You see, Olivia, in this life, one thing counts. In the bank, large enough. I'm afraid these don't grow on trees. You have to pick the pocket. You have to pick the pocket too, boys. You have to pick the pocket too. Show Olivia how it's done. Show him what it is. Why should we break our backs stupidly paying tax? Better get some untaxed income. Better to pay a pocket or two. Got to pay a pocket or two. Got to pay a pocket or two.
Larger master, grow on trees. Got to pick a pocket or two.
Who says crime doesn't pay? Rowan Cook. Gave away what he took. Charity's fine. Subscribe to mine. Get out and pay a pocket or two. pocket or two, once you've got to pick a pocket or two. Take a tip from her size, he can get what he loves. Oops. I recall he started small, he had to pick a pocket or two. You've got to pick a pocket or two, lads. Got to pick a pocket or two.
We can be like old Bill Sykes, have to pick a pocket or two.
Stop thief! The old gentleman passing by, something nice takes his eye. Everything is clear, attack the rear, get out and pick a pocket or two. You've got to pick a pocket or two, once you've got to pick a pocket or two.
Have no fear, attack the rear, get out and pick a pocket or two.
When I see someone rich, both my thumbs start to itch. Owing to something peace of mind, we have to pick a pocket or two. Got to pick a pocket or two, once you've got to pick a pocket or two. We have to pick two. You don't see us or hear us talk, say. Up the big boom!
Okay, next for Nancy, calling Angie. Angie.
Ah, yes. I am Angie.
Oh, no, you aren't. You look different to earlier.
Thank you very much. I applied some makeup.
Are you sure you're Angie?
Oh, no,
Yes, I am.
Some of you may have to keep up with me. Again. Oh, no, you're not.
Can you keep the noise down, please?
Oh, no, we can't.
Oh, yes, you can. Be told. Oh, yes, I am.
Oh, no, you're not.
Oh, yes. I am.
You're not.
I'll tell you what, I've got an idea. Just bear with me a minute. Right. There you go. This will shut you up. Come on. There you go. Money. Money. Now. Am I Angie or not? Yes.
Anyway, Angie, are you ready to sing?
Always. Small pleasures would I deny thee, gin for these large measures. No skipping if you please. I'm roughing it.
I'm the Christmas.
I love it.
I'm the Christmas nonsense.
And game is Tire of it! Leading this merry dance.
Oh, this pair of you!
No, it's me, not. John said I was the Christmas fairy.
John said, I'm the Christmas fairy.
No, I am better than you.
Anything you can do. Or was that last year's?
No, last year's was anything I can do. You can do better. If I remember rightly.
He does this every year.
Every year. I'll tell you what, John, you're fired. Come on.
They're singing in the city, especially when they've been on the gin or the beer. If you've got the patience, your own imaginations will tell you just exactly what you want to hear. Papa, that's how it goes. Papa, everyone knows. They all suppose what they want to suppose when they hear Papa. Mr. Buzzy Snodgrass would often have the odd glass, especially when he didn't think anybody could see. Secretly buy it and drink it on the quiet and dream he was in love with a girl on each knee. Papa, that's how it goes. Papa, everyone knows. What is the cause of his red shiny nose? Could it be Papa? Pretty little Sally goes walking down the alley, displays her pretty ankles to all of the men. They can see her garters, but not for free and gratis, an inch or two, and then she knows when to say when. Papa, that's how it goes. Papa, everyone knows. Whether it's hidden or whether it shows, it's the same old Papa. She was from the country, but now she's up the country. She left her fella leader and leaves her alone. What's the good in crying? You've made your bed to lie in. She's glad to bring a coin in and join in this song. Papa, that's how it goes. Papa, everyone knows. She is no longer the same blushing rose ever since Papa. There's a little ditty they're singing in the city, especially when they've been on the gin or the beer. If you've got the patience, your own imaginations will tell you exactly what you want to hear. Papa, that's how it goes. Papa, everyone knows. They all suppose what they want to suppose.
tremble when they hear it. They've got cause enough to fear it. It's much blacker than they fear it. Nobody mentions my name. Once men hold their 500 some say me emptying their coats out. They know I could rip their throats out just come up to my name. With me, Jemmy in me hand, let me see the man who dares stop me taking what I made. He can start to say his prayers. Biceps like an iron girder, fit for doing of a murder. If I just so much as heard a bloke even whisper my name, Bill Sykes. Strong men tremble when they hear it. They've got cause enough to fear it. It's much blacker than they smear it. Nobody mentions my name. One toff slumming with his valley bumped into me in the alley. Now his eyes will never tally. He'd never heard of my name. One bloke used to stake a claim he could take my name in vain. Poor bloke, shame he was so green, never was he seen again. Once bad, what's the use of turning? In hell, I'll be there a-burning. Meanwhile, think of what I'm earning, all on account of my name. What is it? What is it? What is it?
Bill Sykes.
Bullseye, come here.
I am Bill Sykes' dog, and I help Bill get through the fog. I may look really pretty rough, but everybody knows I'm Bill's dog. I eat scraps that got a mum, not for me a nice tin of chum, 'cause I prefer a nice bottle of water to a tot of rum. Woof, woof. No collar or name tag for me. So famous, I even have a blog. I still like to visit every tree, so they know that I'm Bill's dog. He thinks violence makes boss better the way Nancy comes across. Oliver seems such a good lad, but Bill will too. Turn him bad. What is it? What is it? My name?
Bullseye, come here.
In the doghouse again. Why am I always a dog? Don't answer that.
I help you?
I'll come for the part.
The part of Oliver? No. Nancy? No. Bullseye!
Don't be ridiculous. I'm Bill Sykes, that boorish, bullish bloke.
How can I put this nicely? I'm afraid you're not what we are looking for.
There's at the arts, St. Peter. I think we can do other ones, can't we?
No, it's not that. We will take Oscar, but not him. It's a bit like X Factor, where they break the band up. The one with the talent goes on to be a star, and the one with no talent, you'll never hear of him again. And if you don't take up my offer, you'll probably just end up in some third-rate church panto. Think about it.
Well, Oscar, you've always talked about having your own show. Perhaps the time has come to go it alone. Perhaps you don't need me anymore. Well, I used to think that way, but I'm not sure how good I'd be on my own. Really not sure at all. You know, you and I have not always got on very well. And you've held me back at times. But you know,
oh yes, in spite of what you see, I'm sure that he needs me. Who else would love him so when they think so well? He knows I always will, as long as he needs me. I miss him so much when he is gone, but when he's near me,
Stop!
I don't
Enough of this soppiness! Off, both of you! Off! I thought you'd be pleased. I think I might take up acting. Writer, director, actor. Writer, director, actor. Writer, director. this dance routines. And we'd like to thank Peter at the back for doing a wonderful musical sound. Who does a wonderful job with this every year. He's so good at stereotyping us all. I'd like to thank my mother for giving birth to me. And one last. Next.
Please, sir. Please, Mr. Scrooge, let my father home from work just for 5 minutes. It's Christmas Day, and we've got asparagus and some gravel for dinner, and grateful for it we are too.
And you are?
Tiny Tim, sir.
You are in the wrong play. Off with your...
Christmas to us all. God bless us, everyone.
Did you enjoy the show? Don't sound too short. Did you enjoy the show? That's better. Let's put a lot of hard work in there. Wasn't it excellent? Indeed. Okay. On your tables you had a Christmas quiz. Okay, which I've seen you eagerly doing.